All right, welcome back to another episode of Unknown and Talented Behind the Scenes with your very own Charnae, Janice, and Jelan Abrams. Jelan.
Hey, what's up? If you're watching, we're it's a little different location.
New location. This takes me back, honestly. Like the very first episode we recorded together, we were on RIP to the OG gray couch. You were on your old gray couch, which is now found a new home.
Yeah, we sold that baby on Facebook Marketplace then.
Yeah, shout out to Facebook Marketplace. Outside of all the sketchy, weird stuff that goes on, there's sometimes really nice people that pay you in full cash money. So we appreciate you wherever
it's
you are.
a lot of scammers out there, but yeah, there are some people that come pick it up and they never, do anything else.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I know we was gonna talk about it at all, but that guy where he came and picked up cause we saw her couch first, so we picked it up in a Nissan Rogue, and I'm like, bro, it's not gonna fit in here. He's like, man, it's gonna fit. It's gonna make it fit. And he's legit have the couch hanging out the side, no, hanging out the back of the couch, holding it with like 4 chargers. And I said, yo.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. I was really glad when the people came. It's time to get the truck or to get the sofa, and they had like a big truck, and I was like, praise God, because I was like, I can't do another situation where somebody's trying to shove a sofa into their car and strap it with
a Nissan Rogue. So if you don't have if you've never heard of it, look it up. Nissan Rogue, trying to fit a full couch in there. He made it work though, but that was nuts.
Ridiculous. I blocked his number as soon as he left because I said, if anything happens, it ain't nothing to do with me. I did my part.
It was just funny when he came in. Like he came in, he started jumping on the couch trying to make sure it was like good. And I'm like, yo, this guy's doing a lot. Yeah. And he talked you down too much, way too much. But we got it sold.
We did better this time. We had to get out of there last time, so I had no choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny talking about like just the change in scenery, all the things. I think one thing like that we've been encountering, like just navigating this space of having our home. We're coming into a year of being in this space, and I think a lot of time, like I'm reminiscing. I think coming into a year, just thinking about all the highs and the highs. I can't even say there's really been many lows of our process. The highs and the highs. People say the highs and the lows. Okay. It's been a really great year of home ownership, and so it made me think about stewardship. We had been talking about it for today's episode, and it was funny because I was talking to my sister about something completely different, and she said the word stewardship, and I was like, okay, like maybe that's what we should talk about. And then we were doing our Bible app this morning. If y'all missed y'all Bible app today, I got you. It came from Luke chapter 16, verse 10. And it says, if you're faithful in little things, you will be faithful in large ones. But if you are dishonest in little things, you won't be honest with greater responsibilities. And it was just really allowing with thinking about this journey of having a home, how you steward it, like the faithfulness of this, and the continued space where we've seen God be able to bless us. But I think it's really easy to say that, when you have the things that, you want and you're in that space. But I think how you steward every space is important. And so I think for us, just like sort of fleshing out what's that has looked like over the past year of us being faithful, because it's definitely a huge step, buying a home. We talked about it in our first episode about buying the house, but now being almost a year into this process, I think you look at it even more like, dang, like we did that. Like I did that.
Yeah, no, it's a lot. I know, we said highs and highs, but about 2 weeks ago, we were in here burning up. Like just burning up. We did have AC for a good week, and it was crazy. The thermostat legit said 88 degrees, and I was just like, yo, this is crazy to have a new house and the AC not working. It's like you buy a new house so you can avoid these things, but some things you can't avoid. But yeah, AC was basically broken. We had to buy a window unit. I'm sitting here trying to install it, which I'd never done. Like we used to do that back in New York. Like, we got central air here in North Carolina, but in New York, they don't have central air. So everybody has the window units sitting out the window. So being in North Carolina and have to do that, it's kind of like Yeah, what's going on? It's kind of crazy, but we made it work. But we were sweating in here though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take it sort of step back because I really wanted to sort of flesh out the story.
Oh, my bad.
So no, it's fine. It's fine. So it's Thursday afternoon. So I like the house very cold. If you are ever in the close vicinity of
Freezing.
the chateau, then you'll come in here and you'll find all the cozy pieces to accommodate you in our nice little ice box. But I like it very cold. And so it starts feeling a little warm. And there's this message on the thermostat that's like, your thermostat is like 4 degrees above what, you know,
You said it.
you said it at, there may be an issue. And I said, huh. So Jelan comes home and he's like, you know, it's a little warm, but he also doesn't like it super cold. So I don't think it really went off for me. I was like, I'm a little uncomfortable, but I'm like, nah, that's sort of strange. And so we call our neighbor friends, and we're like, hey, is y'all stuff, you know, okay? And they were also saying they had some like discombobulation with their system, and they had to call the warranty people. And so we're sort of going through this space of like, you know, it's the first thing, like God's been faithful. It was the first thing almost a year into the process, because this was recent, where we're like, oh shoot, like what do we do? So I keep everything like in the kitchen drawer. I made like a book of like the warranty stuff, the housing things, because I was like, one day we're probably gonna need to go through this. So he talked to our neighbor friend, and we're just like, you know, okay. And even after the conversation, I feel like, to be honest, we still weren't really sure what to do. Like, it wasn't like we were like, okay, this is what's going on, let's call the people. We were just like, okay, it feels sort of weird. So that next day, then it kept getting warmer. So at this point, yeah, it's like 88 degrees. We're like, yo, this is not right. We got to do something.
Basically, what my neighbor was saying is like, our houses aren't built to withstand heat over 92 degrees. And I think that day was like 94 degrees or something like that. So it was like, okay, it might just be that day. But then the one day it was like 85 degrees. And I'm like, yo, it's hotter in the house than it was outside. So yeah, you can continue. I just wanted to add that little nugget in there.
Yeah, it was odd. Like the explanation they gave him was so strange. So we were just sort of confused. Like, is it just, you know what I'm saying? In retrospect, like the next day I was like, nah, this ain't normal. But in that moment I was just like, okay, like, is it something where we should be that concerned? But yeah, by the next day we were both home. And at that point, Jelan's like, nah, like if I'm hot, for somebody who does not like it cold, like,
sweating. Listen, we bought we had a humidifier. We had a humidifier on.
You had the humidifier on. I told you that it wasn't doing nothing.
It works though. If you look online, the humidifier works.
It was so hot. It didn't do nothing.
If your AC don't work, use the humidifier. It works. It works.
Use the humidifier and you still gonna be hot.
Yeah.
So you still gonna need a fan.
We bought a fan. The fan was like super small too, but that fan was blowing. That phone with that. Yeah. It was working. It definitely did its job. And then what the next? So
yeah, and the AC unit.
The AC unit.
So,
the AC unit was fire. We had to take it back. But
I mean, we didn't have to, but we did, because we didn't need it.
I wasn't keeping no.
I'm just saying we didn't have to take it back, but we did. Don't judge us. So we didn't need it anymore.
$150. I said, I'm not keeping that. I needed the money.
Need it. But with all of that, we so sort of reeling back. So we realized, okay, something's wrong. We go ahead and like put in the warranty. Well, I opened the books. We had it pitch black in here, trying to keep it cool. So we got the little flashlights on, and we're like trying to read the little warranty book. And so we go online and we put in a request that way. So then the next day when I start reading it, I'm like, we didn't do this right. You know, I said, this is what happens. We out here reading in the dark with like a flashlight on in the book. I said, we need to call the direct people. We had every contact for every single person who did things in our home. And so we called them directly.
Oh,
and the
no, wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Jelan called him. Jelan called him. She said, here you go, you got to call him. I said, I got to call him.
Yeah, because I was
the man
like...
in the house. That's what happens. You're man in the house. You got to make the tough phone calls. And I'm like, I think, wasn't it like Sunday or something like that? Or Saturday?
It was Saturday.
And it was like Saturday late too. And I'm like, I got to call him now. Like, I can wait till Monday.
I
didn't want to call. Yeah.
I said, call the people.
But it was funny though, when the guy, his name is, what was his name? Gene? Yeah, Gene's super cool. I doubt he gonna watch this, but Gene was super cool. He came over, he called, I think he called us that day. He said, man, I was just over there. He came, what's going on out there? You hear that? Oh boy. We gotta close the curtains. I know you said don't close the curtains. We gotta close the curtains, boy. They can't know we in here, boy. I don't know what they got going on.
What that was.
I don't know what that was, but If we cut the episode short, y'all know why. Some crazy stuff going on outside.
I don't know. It sounds like something popping.
All right.
Anyway,
What was I saying?
Gene,
Yeah. So yeah, he was super cool. He called that day. He was like, man, even when he came, he was like super cool talking to us. He's the one that told us to take the AC back. So shout out to Gene. He said, buy the AC and then take it back. So it's funny. He left and called and said, hey, y'all need to buy the AC and take it back. I was like, all right, appreciate you. All right, we gonna do it. So,
yeah, because when he came over, because I thought it was two different things. So because it was a process of, they came probably either 3 or 4 times. So this is where the stewardship was great, in the sense of we had organized all of the resources. So then when it was time, we understood what we had warranties over, what we had coverage for. So we already knew like anything with the air conditioning unit was still covered as new homeowners. So, every visit they came out, like I said, literally 3 or 4 times, because they thought it was one thing. And then they realized it was not that thing. Then the piece had to be ordered. And, so we're going through all of this. So, meanwhile, though, again, I was really proud of us. We thugged it out.
No, you thugged it out. I was at work, so you thugged it out. So I'm proud of you. Cause
you were here some of the time.
Yeah, but I was at work, so it was like you was sitting in here like this. It's craziness. I called the people when I was at work. I said, "Yo, y'all see I was gonna be here at 12. It's 12:37. Y'all not there yet." And it's funny when I called them, it was right at the house, but still I had to make sure my baby was all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good. But what I want you to do is also explain what stewardship is. I don't think, just in case they don't know.
Yeah. I think thinking about stewardship is really the way that you take care of something, whether it's how you steward. For us, talking about this is like, our property, stewarding this space that God's entrusted us with, how we make sure we keep things up, how we manage things, how we navigate issues with these things. You can steward your relationships, steward your finances, steward your friendships, steward, any of these things that God has entrusted you with, you're now a steward of. And I think what the scripture is speaking to is like how you steward it. It aligns a system of like how you can be trusted with these things. And so I think for us, especially this first year, we really just worked to do everything we could to like be good stewards of our home. First time being homeowners. So we wanted to, we didn't want no issues with the HOA. We didn't want no problems. We saw somebody. We're not going to name drop who, because they're very lenient. But we walked past their house. They had a notice on the door. I said, that's not going to be us. That's not going to be us. So
yeah. And that's the crazy thing about HOAs. Like, before I got my house, I'm just like, what's the point of HOA? It's my house. I'm not going to be paying somebody each month, just to look over things. But HOA, what it is, it's a fee that is charged each month to make sure you keep your house in order. So that might be keeping your lawn together, make sure you're not painting your house a certain random color or doing something crazy in your driveway. It's because what you want to do is like when you're ready to sell it, the way somebody will buy a house is by looking at everything around it. So all your neighbor's yard looks crazy. Somebody doesn't want to live in that house because now that's what they view. So it's pretty much the charge to make sure you keep that house in order. So when it's time to sell it, you can get the money you want for it.
Yeah. And sort of funny way, we talking about it early this morning. We spoke to it being sort of like a system put in place to ensure that people have good stewardship. Because if you are somewhere where you don't have an HOA, like sometimes you see older neighborhoods where somebody has like a nice home and then beside it looked like a trap house. It's like there's no HOA. So like
you do whatever
they can do whatever they want. So you would like to think everyone will naturally be good stewards and will keep things up, but the HOA is going to ensure that you have to, because if not, yes, you will get fees.
Yeah. I think what it is that when people buy a house, they don't realize how much work goes into it. So you live in an apartment, it's like you a legit steward over that room, basically. And house is like exterior, interior. It's so much more than an apartment. If a light bulb goes out in an apartment, you could tell the people to put it in. I didn't know that. I was changing my own light bulbs at first, and it was, I think you told me, just put a request in. I said, for a light bulb? I said, that's crazy. But I was like, all right, I guess that's what they're here for. So
yeah, it's wild. It's completely different. I think so many things, again, have felt like highs and highs because we have to navigate figuring a lot of things out that, you know, we saw maybe our parents navigate in one way or another, but it's different when it's now you. Our parents are super like just DIY when it comes to landscaping. And I remember, you know, again, being a child, my dad mowing the lawn, being on his
Mowing the
lap,
what? Mowing the
mowing
what?
the lawn.
She said yawn.
The lawn.
Good.
So like they just very naturally like love doing those pieces. So we saw the notice on the person's yard, and it was in lieu of like looking at our flower bed, and the weeds were starting to look a little bit unruly. And I was like, that can't be us. Like, we got to do something. So my parents that came for Father's Day, because I was making my dad dinner, my mom there, and we were like, okay, if we were gonna do this ourselves, like, what would we even do? And my parents are just very much like, it's easier to show you than tell you people. Like they have always lived a life of like, I'm showing you what I'm telling you to do, which I think has been very powerful, and like me following their directions, because they not just telling me, they literally are about that life. And so they went outside, and we're just chatting, and next thing I know, they are all in the flower bed, and they are just like pulling stuff up like it's nothing. And I look at Jelan like, shoot, like, you know, let me go grab this. I wouldn't grab, because, you know, of course we got us gardening gloves and all the all the fancy stuff, like trying to figure out how we gonna do this. And yeah, just start pulling it out, and then talking this through, you know, picking up these words, they picking up. It's so late, y'all. It's late. Leave me alone. Picking up the hay, because it was hay in there at first, but they just put hay on top of the. It's crazy to remember that now.
They do a lot of crazy stuff, and I'm just like, because like that's why you really gotta be careful when I don't even know, we're not really talking about that, but just like when you bond, even if it's a new build, like they take cheap shortcuts, and it's just like, why is there hay in the flower bed?
It's not that you can really do anything about it. It's just like,
you can't, but it's just like looking at it from like, once you in here, and it's like, yo, it's a bunch of hay, and they got a bunch of dirt and like random stuff under the hay too. And I'm like, I think we found like a bag in there. I'm like, this is craziness. I'm sorry, I don't even think we're supposed to be talking about that. But yeah, you gotta steward what you have. And yeah, that was just a cool experience of just showing that, you know, you just gotta do it. Because I think we was kind of like delaying the process of pulling the weeds out. You know, we're gonna spray it and keep doing it, and then like your dad was like, yo, just pull it out, you know.
yeah,
And just pulled everything out. So yeah, you just
and
gotta
did
do
it. So we did. We
Yeah.
did it. We pulled them all
It
out.
look good too.
Yeah, we
Like,
pulled
it's
all
no
the hay
weeds in there
out.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, put the, like you said, clean stuff out of the flower bed. Dug out what needed to be dug out. Had to give an eviction notice to Hermit the frog. Hermit,
Nah,
is
them
it Hermit
frogs
or
out there.
Kermit? Hermit,
I
what's
don't
the
know. I
frog?
don't
It's
know.
Kermit.
I don't think it's Kermit either, but okay.
Kermit's the Sesame Street frog. What frog is he? The
It's
Muppet
not
frog.
oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
child, I'm old.
Oh my gosh. I don't think it's Kermit. Keep talking.
It's
I'm gonna check.
Kermit, I think.
Let me
But
check. Keep checking.
anyway, it was a family of frogs living in there, and I told them they had to kick dust. So yeah, we had to evict them, get all that stuff out, and then put weed barrier down and get it looking nice. But now it's so nice.
Yeah, it's Kermit the Frog.
It's
That's
Kermit the
crazy
Frog.
though. Like, that don't even look like a frog at all.
You don't think
about
so?
it. No. He's just green. I'm just saying, like, think about like how a frog looks. He don't look like a frog.
I guess it's not. He's not hunched over. He's standing up. But that's what frogs look like when you stretch them out. Like if you stretch the frog up, it's like when you dissect a frog and you see them long, they look like that. Except
I feel like a lot of these cartoons and shows just be making up stuff. Like Big Bird don't look like no bird.
no.
You know what I'm saying? None of them look how they're supposed to look. Like, well, what is Cookie Monster? What is he supposed to be? It's a monster.
monster.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, a lot of them things is like, these are not really animals. I guess they do a good job with the pigs, because the pig is like, you legit see the head. But other
What
than
are you
that,
talking about? Peppa?
I'm saying all the pigs. I'm saying any kind of like pig cartoon. They make.
Only cartoon with a pig is Peppa.
No, I was thinking about Kermit. You know Kermit's girlfriend. Kermit the Frog's girlfriend is a pig.
Piggy.
Which don't make no sense, because if you really think about it, like the pig is so much bigger than the frog. I'm serious though. It's like
No,
a
you're
little
not-
frog,
you're not
like a frog a
wrong.
hole in my head. That's kind of
You're
weird.
not wrong. That's strange.
Yeah, eating pig out there. Yeah, they stop eating that pig. That's why.
I don't know how we got here. Oh, anyway, it's the flower bed. So, but that was a huge accomplishment. But yeah, I think it was so bringing this into stewardship, because along with us sort of bring you into our story, I think there were times where you can naturally see something and be excited. Like for me being like, I remember we moved into our new home and then Lon's sister was blessed. They transitioned into a new home and I was like, ooh, like you immediately start seeing like things that start already playing like, oh, in our next house, I want this, I want this, I want that. And I really felt like God corrected me like, steward well what you have, you know, and not in a way to not still be excited for, you know, whatever that would look like. But it's like you have this whole new space that I've entrusted you with. Like it's easy to be like, oh man, you know, we always joke, especially because we talk a lot about grass. You know, people say the grass is green on the other side. We're like, the grass is greener where you water it, unless you're our neighbor who overwaters his grass and it's brown.
That's not nice. That's not nice. You about to cut that out. You about to cut that out.
You water his grass too much.
Yeah, I think he stopped. I haven't seen him water the grass forever, but it's like every time I come home, like the sprinklers are on, and I'm like, it's black over there. It's like, yo, just relax.
But all that to say, it's easy to start, you know, being excited, thinking about the next thing and all those things, and instead of actually just being like, how can I, you know, be entrusted well and show.
All right, well, we back. We got some technical difficulties. We got people out here making noise. We got the mics going crazy. We got the camera going crazy. But we was talking about grass, talking about some water in your grass. And I want to talk about something because you just kept going.
Yeah.
The grass is always green on the other side because they be putting some stuff in there. Like that one neighbor, they be putting some stuff in their grass to make sure it's green. And I'm like, this don't make no sense. Because like they had a time where they cut it and we saw it regular and their grass was more yellow than ours was. And I'm like... Yeah. They out here just spraying that thing with some stuff. So people be cheating out here too.
I mean, I don't know if that's cheating. That's
well, okay. It's not cheating, but it's like the guy that dyes his hair black. That's in his 60s. Like,
do what you gotta do.
I'm just saying, I'm not dyeing my hair. I'm gonna let it get gray because that's insane. You shouldn't be 60 and your hair is jet black. Like get at least the salt and pepper kind of stuff. Don't get the jet black thing. You look crazy. Like you look crazy. No, your hair is the same color as this mic and you're 60 years old. That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. What we talking? Oh, it's about stewardship, right? Yeah. So the good thing about stewardship is that you want to make sure you enjoy your season that you're in right now. Yeah. Because the season that you're in right now, you're in here for a reason. I know we could always have the vision of looking at, you know, something down the line, but God is trusting you. You have to be, you know, God has to trust you with, you know, what you have right now. Because if you're not taking care of this, if your grass is a mess, if you're an not eviction notices, because you talked about the frog, that's why. I gotta say it all over again. So basically the important thing about stewardship is that God is entrusting you with what you have, and you have to be able to take care of that. You can't worry about always like the next stage. Take care of this. If your grass is looking crazy, you're not ready for that bigger house, because this house, we got to clean it. We got how many bathrooms? We got three bathrooms. I got to clean 3 bathrooms. I was cleaning 1 bathroom and it was barely getting clean. Now I got to clean 3. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And I got to clean my office. I got to clean the bedroom, wash dishes, dishwasher, wash clothes. And that's double the clothes. It's a lot. It's a lot more. Yeah. You got to take care of it. So I can't clean 7 bathrooms. I'm not ready for all that.
Yeah. I think you really think about things bigger picture when you start stewarding it, because it's like, yeah, it's a lot of things that you have to take care of. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it puts things in perspective. And again, not to say to not be excited and be excited, you know, for what's to come, mm-hmm. but I think the way you even prepare your heart and mind for that season is by being thoughtful and intentional about how you take care of what you already have. How you create the most out of what you have, and then let God show up, and where he entrusts you, produce more, where he knows you're ready for it, produce more. But
question, you know, then, so
yeah.
what is your biggest challenge of taking care of this house?
What's my biggest challenge taking care of the house? I don't know. I mean, nothing's really felt like even the cleaning. I'm a really tidy person, so like I keep everything like very clean naturally, because it's like if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So like even the house being bigger, like I could say bathrooms, but that's not because we have more of them. I didn't like cleaning my bathroom in my apartment. And here's why. Before y'all judge me, like, oh, you was dirty, you don't clean your bathroom. It's just a lot of chemicals involved in bathroom cleaning. You're not supposed to mix certain ones. You know, I may or may not have had some times where I was like, and it was too much stuff. So like, I don't like that. I don't like, I don't like all the toxic stuff in bathroom cleaners. It doesn't sit well with me. Nothing else. You don't take toxic fumes to vacuum, to wash dishes, to load the dishwasher. But now when it comes to bathroom, you gotta about kill yourself with some scrubbing bubbles. So I don't like cleaning bathrooms.
Yeah, I remember. Emma was cleaning. I don't think she was cleaning the bathroom, but cleaning her house, and she mixed like Fabuloso and something else, and she said she was outside because it was so strong, and I was just like,
it's easy to do. Like. It's just like, because it's like one bee is like for mold, and then one bee cleaning for mildew, and then one bee trying to get it white. And it's like, so I got to choose if I wanted all of these things, you know? So it's like, so, you know, all that to say, that's the one thing I would say I could say I struggle with, but it was like that before. That's never been one of my favorite chores to do. It just has not. I don't know. I'll give you an answer eventually. What would you say has been
mine? I would say just making the bed. I thought it was easy, but it's not. I think it's because like my making the bed is put the pillows down and just throw the blanket on top, and that's fine. Like Charnae's making the bed is put the pillows down, do the comforter, fold it over, make sure you tuck in the corners, you put in the extra pillows, and I'm like, I don't got 15 minutes to make my bed. You know, I just put it down, put my body under the pillow, and keep it moving. Charnae is like, you gotta tuck it right, you gotta do this. Not talking about my wife, but I'm just saying that's what she likes to do.
I'm sorry, I like the voice that you use to imitate me. When my mom imitates me, she uses this annoying high-pitched voice. I like that yours is like soft and gentle. I appreciate you.
I'm pretty sure my voice is the same for everybody. I try to put personally. So yeah, no, but it's definitely cool. We got to talk about taking care of these plants over here. These plants over here struggling. Have you been watering them?
We only have one plant.
The other one is a plant too. Just because
it's not alive.
It's still a plant. We still got to steward it.
You don't have to steward. You have to dust it. I have not. Last time we talked about it, you said, have you watered it? I said I did it last month. Do you want to do it this month? And I thought you was watering Samuel this month. So I guess.
Let me go into the notes.
I guess after this, when we close.
Oh, let's talk about the couch. We sit on the couch.
Talking about that's where I was gonna go next. And you looked at Samuel, so you try to.
I was trying to give
blame
you time.
Me for the malnourishment
I was trying to give you time
of our plant son. So after
I was trying to give you time.
No, please don't call
that's a good. Well, that's a
social services on us.
But that's a good thing though. Is like, you know, people, you know, get to a stage of like, hold on, I think the camera's about to mess up on us. Hold on.
Why you say that?
I saw this little button next to the red button. I don't know. They're just trying to give us problems today. That's why you know it's gonna be a fire episode when you got all these problems. What was I saying?
You're talking about the love sack.
Yeah, talking about the love sack. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. Another one of the highs and highs. So when we first, so I gotta take it back.
Take it back.
When we started buying the house, we had started looking at sofas.
No. You start looking at sofas.
I started looking at
everything.
wanted
to use the apartment sofa. I was fine with it, and we almost lasted a year. That thing worked out for us. But
we started looking at sofas.
Charnae started.
We were everywhere. We was going in the stores.
Charnae dragged me everywhere.
You was still there. we were looking at sofas. I was ready. I wanted to have the sofa like arrive when we were moving in.
Yeah.
Like for me, the sofa is like, it's like the heart of the home. It's like the heartbeat of the home, you know? The sofa, the kitchen, right? It's like that's where people eat. That's where people lounge. That's the heart of the home. When you're hosting, people want to like be able to all cozy up, hang out on the sofa, or people want to come, be able to sit around, you know, eat snack good in the kitchen. And so those were like two core pieces of what I wanted. So one of the first things I did was like decorating the kitchen, getting all of it feeling homey, adding the pools and all those pieces. But I wanted to also have
feeling homey. I'm sorry.
You got something wrong with the word homie?
No, I'm just saying homie is like homie, my homie. So you gotta feel it homie. Go ahead, continue.
I was really excited. I wanted to get the new couch. But everything happens for a reason. And even with that, I think there was stewardship in how we could use what we already had when we first moved in the house. It was easy to start thinking about things that we didn't have, the, decorative things I wanted. Like each small project, I had to just be patient with myself. I had to, be intentional with it. We had other things going on, still doing like the wedding and our honeymoon and just life and natural cadences of day to day. So I really had to be like, okay, I'm not going to put too much pressure on certain things. But as much as I was decorating and styling, I kept getting to these like hiccups of being like, I like what color, like what's going to be the couch because that's going to really bring everything together. But I think I did. I would say,
I think you did a good job
yeah.
I'll give more backstory. Like she said, we were going to like the different places and having to deal with the used car salesman. But we didn't even have the love sack in mind at first. I think you mentioned it, but we didn't really talk about it. So we went to like the Ashley Furnitures, the Rooms to Go, Lazy
The
Boy.
rocks to go. Sofas felt like
Listen, I'm like, why is these places in business? I'm sitting on them like, this is not even, it doesn't look good. It wasn't comfortable. And then you go down to like the leather couch. I'm like, I'm not getting on leather couch in 2024. That's nuts. So yeah, there's a lot of them places and they be trying to sell you. Like I'm just looking around, you know? I know you're trying to get your numbers. I'm just looking around. I think as a salesperson, when somebody says I'm just looking, use that time for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not buying. You wasting your time. You sit here and follow me around the store. I'm not buying nothing. You could have been talking to somebody else.
mm.
I'm just saying. If I said I'm just looking, I'm always honestly not interested. When I'm interested, I'll come find you.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, from a salesperson standpoint, that's how I look at it. And I be in sort of in trouble sometimes because they're like, no, like, if they say they're not interested, you just gotta really ask more questions. You gotta, and I'd be like, about what? They said they're not, they said they don't want to do this. What else do you want me to do? But we're not gonna get into that. But so that's just that gets them into high gear. Don't tell them you're not interested. They really gonna be on you. Like, oh no, you're gonna be interested today, Bucko.
Yeah, and I
So
think the challenge was as well for me. I'm so used to, especially when we was looking, I'm so used to saying, "No, I'm just looking," and then you're like, "Oh, we're buying it," and it's like now we got to sit down and talk to them and stuff, which was good. But like me, I'm just like I'm not trying to be sold at this time. Like let me just pick. Because what if all of them were trash, you know? And now they're gonna sit here and talk to us forever.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Like Shirley,
I
she's
like to I like to know everything. Like that's the one thing I will say though. Like from a perspective of a salesperson, you can always say no, but get your information. Shoot, you already spent your time to go there. Ain't no need to not ask questions. You want to know and get information because I can't make you buy anything, but you can absolutely make me tell you everything. So I absolutely want as much information as you can give me. And then we'll be like, okay, thank you. And we'll go about my business because people do it to me every day. So
yeah. I remember Shirley. It was so crazy that she was. I don't remember what store she was at, but we said what our budget was, right? And then we're looking at different things. They said, "Oh, okay. Let me see what numbers I can do. We can do something good for y'all." And she was like 1,000 over the budget. I'm like, if we can give you a rug too, I'm like, we don't want a rug. Just give us a couch.
yeah, it was a lot. It was an interesting process, for real, for real. So that was first time around, and then I think between all of that and the fact that we still needed to get in the space, see things, we were just like, we're just gonna wait. So I was the whole time creating the space, building out the space in mind with like this to me with the heart of the space, but I'm doing everything without the heart, and I'm just like, okay, but just keep navigating it, so it was really cool, I think, for me when we like locked in and seeing it in the space. John was laughing at me, rightfully so. I was like, I'm gonna be teary eyed. I'm gonna like cry when the sofa's in the house. And I did. We was putting it together and I felt emotional, but I was like, Jelan will laugh at me. So the next day I was putting
Don't say that.
it's okay. It's
I'll let
okay.
you cry.
It's
I'm not gonna
okay.
laugh at you.
No, I mean it's a very silly reason to cry, but for someone who loves home decor, like when I saw like the sofa and the curtains up, I
Oh,
was like, I'm like, I
Yeah,
would
but
like to
don't tell him.
thank, I
Don't
would
tell him
like to thank Lovesack. I would like to thank. I
But
was very
don't tell him.
emotional.
Don't tell him I was laughing at you because they ain't gonna think I'm mean. I'm not mean, guys.
No. We laugh at each other. Go ahead and get married to somebody. You gonna laugh at. You spend too much time in each other's face to not laugh at each other.
Trying to
Laugh
say I
together.
look funny. That's why you laughing.
Cry together.
We haven't cried together.
Dang, we hadn't cried together. We laughed together a lot though.
Yeah,
We comfort each other
cried on
when
the
we
wedding
cry.
when she laughed at me.
I didn't laugh at you.
You did laugh at me.
I smiled. That was a smile.
What?
That was a smile.
Okay, talk about the love sack of just so basically what the love sack is, it's a couch that you can kind of like organize however you want to organize. Like right now we have like super deep back seats, so it's like you could legit lay down and all that. That kind of hurt my neck.
What you doing?
That was a lot. I was just showing them they can lay back on the couch.
This is not a love sack commercial. Anyway, the stewardship piece came and figuring out what made the most sense. So we wanted to think about something versatile. We wanted to think about something that could grow with us. And that could be something that not only was comfortable for us, but then also when we're hosting,
Yes.
when we start having children, what's something that they can't tear up easily.
My nephew was over here jumping up and down on the couch. I didn't even tell his mother. So hopefully his mother listened to this. Jumping up on it. I'm like, yo, stop jumping on the couch. Stop jumping on the couch. Stop jumping. I had to rough him up a little bit.
You know, it's like it's the pieces you anticipate. So I think it was an incredible investment.
Yeah.
And yeah, excited.
It's a good thing
it was worth the wait.
Like you said, it is a good thing to buy things, you know, that's worth it, like it's quality. Because like if my couch, if he jumped on it twice, it probably would have
Would have been getting the love sack sooner if he would have should have called him over like, hey, Loogie Luke, come jump the sofa, try to get rid of this thing. But so it's been fun.
Yeah, they definitely take care of the stuff because that's another example of like your stewardship. Like we got a pretty good deal on somebody buying the couch because we took care of it. Like it looked great. Like the cushions probably was a little, you know, indented and stuff because of, you know, it's been used.
They was fine.
No, I'm just saying it didn't look like a brand new couch. I'm not going to say something, but I'm saying it still looked like it was a little bit of wear, but it's not like crazy wear because we took care of it. They said, people was like, any scratches or this? And it was like, nah, it's just a used cushion. So
Yeah. I think that was a really great point just because a lot of the pieces, even for us to be able to, you know, sell that, get the investments because we took care of it. So a lot of the stuff from my old place, we were able to still get money back, recoup, put it into other things. And so the way that you manage something, even if it doesn't go with you, you can still navigate using that and it still being a blessing to you in the next thing because of how you stewarded that thing. So
it's practice too. It's practice for when you get that bigger thing. So, you know, you took care of that couch. Now you got to take care of this, which is going to be more expensive. So if you don't, you're going to be out of money quick.
Yeah. And everything, we really took care of it like it was new. Like really this is probably the first like bigger purchase of something new in the house. Everything else was still like I did a lot of the core pieces, but it was like an introduction of us bringing in like old furniture or, you know, those pieces and just putting them back. And the fact that we could do that is because we took care of them at our apartment so that we didn't have to move into the house and be like, shoot, we got to get all brand new stuff because our stuff is sort of old and beat up. It was like, no, everything's still good. All my office stuff was still good. All of your desk stuff that you use for off, like we brought all of that stuff in. That was good, and everything was good. So
and don't always think you like need fancy brand new things. You can always buy used things. Like our table we have, I probably won't see it in the shop, but it was a used table. It was like $50, right? And like the chairs like $5, and she just painted them in black, and now it looks. People's like, oh, these tables look cool. It's like we don't gotta tell them
chairs
$50.
Were bright yellow. The chairs were. I only paid $20. It was $5 a chair. They were bright yellow. They looked mad tacky. I just sanded them down and repainted them, and now they look so sleek, very refined, very organic, modern. The girls are getting it, but so it's it's a vibe. Even it's funny, like these pillows that we are chilling on. Like we had pillows from our old sofas. Again, we took care of them really well. So I was like, we could spend a whole bunch of money buying brand new pillows. If you know anything about 24 by 24-inch pillows with like down pillow, like feather filling, they're not cheap. I was like, why buy a whole new pillows when we can go on Amazon and buy some cool covers that match, and then we just put those on top. And if we want to change them out for holidays and things, but everything's really still in good shape. I got a couple new pillows. We just integrated it in, and so I think stewardship is such a huge piece because if you manage it well, it can just always carry you into what's next.
Okay. So what do you think the challenges of, I know you said the challenge of taking care of the house. What do you think this challenge of people trying to steward things?
I think gratitude, honestly. I think there are times Pastor Holly was talking about at Reflect, like Grateful 8, something where you're like, you trace your hand and you're, talking about something you're grateful for. But when you're really grateful for something, then you just steward it differently. It's like, even when that couch wasn't our dream couch, it's like we have something that we can sit on. We have something that we can do work on. We still have, it's not a huge area, but it was enough for us to still hang out and do things. So we treated it well because we were grateful that we had it. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the pieces of our house, landscaping is still not my favorite thing to do, but I'm grateful that we got land. Okay. So it was like, I have to figure out how to do this because I'm grateful for it. So I think when you're not stewarding something well, I think you may have hit a space where you're not really thinking about,
take it for granted.
Yeah, you're taking it for granted. And it's not like you're a bad person for doing that, but you may have just got really accustomed to it where you're not thinking, this is a blessing. I think our mic stopped again. Let me see. Is it okay?
Keep going.
All right. But yes, I think it's easy to take things for granted. Technical difficulties are popping off, but we still gonna talk that talk.
And you would just say, "Oh, it's working now. We so good. Remember, it took forever to."
Hey.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Yeah, you take things for granted.
Hey, take things for granted. Even thinking about like this setup and all the pieces, like you've been a really great steward of all of your. Dang, stuff is trying to play with us.
They're trying to play with us.
Of all your tech things. Making sure we have what we need for recording and creating, and it's carried us so far. It might not carry us no more. We might be Black Friday shopping and buying all new stuff if it keeps bugging out. But for now, it's been doing the job.
Yeah, and I'm pretty much gonna agree with that. We have to look at this thing because the thing will keep messing up on us. We might have to just edit it. How long have we been going? I don't even know. We've been going for a minute.
What else we got to talk about?
We got
chop this up.
We gonna keep all this in there.
Yeah.
You wanna talk about that?
Okay.
Because that's all we really got.
Yeah. Home security. Yeah. That's it. Yeah,
cool.
I think that's good. Okay.
All right.
We'll wrap it up.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Y'all. And if y'all listening this long, we ain't edit this part because this is deep and this is the real people listening and watching. So y'all get to see the real. But the last thing we talk about is home security. Home security, I think it's a very important thing. Even if you live in like a super good neighborhood, it's like still lock up your place and take care of it, so you don't want nobody to take it from you. He's like, oh, this is a house, like people could still steal everything you got in here, so you want to make sure you turn that alarm on. I feel like I'm going somewhere you didn't want to go because your eyes just get big on me.
Oh no, I remember we talking about security, but I was thinking in the space of like, lock your stuff, lock your doors, lock your things. Like it's just a simple thing, but it don't matter. We going somewhere 5 minutes or whatever, just put your security system on. You know how many times you see stuff and there'd be an article and it was like, oh, it was a break-in, and then you start reading it and they was like such and such had their vehicle unlocked or something, and I'd be like, there was no break-in. You left it open.
Yeah.
It was a sale. That was when you left open.
That's funny.
It's a sale.
I think as you get kind of comfortable. I just like living in North Carolina for so long. We got our cars broken into because we went to New York one time, and it was like we were lazy on taking stuff out the car because like we didn't think about being in New York, and then somebody busted into the car and took everything. They didn't take everything. They just like kind of went crazy because like my mom's. She had a Louis Vuitton purse in there, and they didn't take that. So it was probably like a crackhead or something trying to get some quick cash. But it was just like we just be so comfortable. He's like, yeah, we in New York. We need to take everything out. Like somebody probably watched us pull up with all these suitcases and all that stuff because we're traveling to see my grandparents. They saw all of that. And then it's like, we didn't take everything out of the car. So they were just checking to see what's in there still. So you definitely want to not get too comfortable because he would take his stuff. In DC, they robbed us as well. They went in the car and stole some stuff. Got robbed a lot. It's up north, man. You gotta be careful, north people, man. You know somebody living from the north, they on your stuff. So be careful.
Gee, it's rough. It's rough, babe. I know y'all just getting robbed like that. Just getting ransacked.
Yeah. My parents, like, not even a long time ago in North Carolina, actually. I'll tell you that they took my dad's phone out of the trailer. They broke everybody's window. I said, how you break everybody's window? Like everybody's in the parking lot. Yeah, man. People crazy out here. I don't even think this had anything to do with locking the stuff up. But listen, man, just be careful out here. People crazy. What? I'm just saying, you got me going. You can't.
We wrote it down, but I just didn't know where we were going with it.
I don't know why.
I didn't realize we were going there, but
you know me, I can't keep it regular. Gotta be different.
But yeah, so we wanted to be good stewards, so we went ahead and got our security system and just some additional pieces in place. Even right now, because our home was like new construction, if you look it up, you can't see it. But when you can't see it, I'm gonna blur it out. So that's a tip. If you have a house, you can blur it out on Google Maps so people can't see all up in your business.
I'm really curious how that works, though. I know you told me that, but
yeah, I saw it.
So is there no street view or anything like that?
They can see it, but like you can just blur the details of the house.
Like what?
Like just like the number, if you have security cameras, stuff like that. So like people they couldn't creep on your house and be like, oh yeah, okay, security right here, security right here. Like they couldn't see your stuff and try to flip your dip. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't do that.
Okay, because you wouldn't matter about blurring the number because they have the number if they're searching it.
I'm saying you can just blur things out.
Okay, we gonna see when the time comes. We gonna see.
Yeah. You can blur it. So okay. I'm gonna blur it. I have the whole thing.
I just feel like if they have your address, they kind of.
I'm saying just in case they looking at the whole neighborhood and they was just trying to be like, oh, which house should we rob? Which what I'm saying, not ours.
Right. I don't know how long we've been recording, but hopefully we got at least over the 30-minute mark.
I don't know. We had a lot of technical difficulties.
But this was pretty fun. This was definitely a little different. So our goal is to do a part 2 for this. And if that's well received, we'll also do a part 3. Okay. But just talking about different things of stewardship because definitely in this lifestyle where everybody's looking for the next, they want to, get to the next stage in life. They're so quick on looking in the future and not actually enjoying the present. We want to make sure that y'all actually enjoying where y'all are in life now instead of always trying to rush into the next season because life moves fast. So
yeah, I'm grateful. A year, and I feel like we've just taken a lot of time to go through every process and figure it out and struggle together. Learn together.
Yeah, well, a year in, and she still got the mic. Relax. The people listening is gonna go crazy in the car when they hear that. So I'm not taking it out.
I'm sorry. They're not even gonna know what's gonna happen. I don't even feel like you gonna hear it. You think they're gonna hear me grabbing the mic? It was
super loud.
You gonna hear me?
Can you stop? Oh, Tito Jackson died. You know that?
Dang. I thought you were in the episode.
I'm sorry.
Dang.
I'm sorry.
Rest in peace. For that line. That's rough.
Rest in peace, Tito.
That's rough. That's an awful way to end it. That's sad.
Rest in peace, Tito. Rest in peace, Frankie Beverly. A lot of people passed away recently. That's crazy. I'm sorry. We don't cut it out.
All right, if you've been listening to the podcast this far, we would ask you to like, comment, subscribe. Can't even finish.
Get it right. Let's get it right. We gotta cut it out. What
happened to Tito?
Come on. I'm sorry.
I'm so distracted.
No, because the thing about it, you were You started making the noise like Michael Jackson, like the ad libs. So I just said,
I'm gonna fix my face. They gonna be like, what's wrong with her?
I'm sorry.
Whew. All right, if you made it this far into the podcast, we ask that you like, comment, subscribe. If there's things that you're doing to keep yourself, like, grateful things, small things that you do to just steward your space, your home, any of those pieces of like day to day that help you to stay present, definitely drop it in there. We're always working to find more ways to just be thankful and to be good, stewards of this season that we're in home ownership. But yeah, I think that's all I got, babe.
That's all I got. Yeah, just enjoy now. You don't always have to look forward. Enjoy your present.
That's right. All right, until next time, be easy.
You gotta say it next time. You gotta say your name, right?
Oh, until next time, I'm Charnae Janice.
I don't think we did.
I don't think that's how I say it.
All right,
so
whatever. Just go ahead.
No, I gotta say it. Until next time, I'm Charnae Janice. And now you gotta say it too.
I'm Jelan Abrams.
All right.
I guess it'd be easy.
Be easy.
We gotta watch the whole episodes to find out. Are we out?